Hello guys, so today we're going to be doing a paycheck breakdown, and this is going to be an example of an imaginary person. This is not my income, but I wanted to give an example. So we're going to do, since that I know of, mainly everyone is paid bi-weekly, but I will give you an example of what it looks like with pay frequencies for someone who gets paid weekly, bi-weekly, and monthly. Okay, so we're going to say hourly rate. This is going to be for someone that makes, let's do $18 an hour. Okay, and monthly, what that looks like is $2,880, right? So pay frequency for someone who gets paid weekly for this amount is $720. Bi-weekly, it would be $1,440, and monthly, of course, is $2,880. So of course, here we believe in paying our tithes and our offering. So to break down what tithes and offering would look like for each one of these amounts, if you take away 10% from the $720, you'll be left with $72. For your tithes and offering, I would just round that up to about $80. So this will be $80. For $1,140, if you take the 10% out of that, you will be left with $144. I would round that up to $150 for offering. So weekly it'll be $150. And for monthly, the $2,880, when you take away the 10%, that's going to leave you with $288. Again, my offering, I just rounded up to whatever the spirit tells me. Excuse me. So I'd have put $300. So the remaining amounts that you will be left with, let's see, you'll do 720, take away 80, so you'll have 640. For bi-weekly, you'll take out the 150, you'll be left with 1,290. And then for monthly, you'll take your monthly amount and deduct the 300, and then you'll have 2,580 left remaining to budget with. In my case, I'm going to use the example because I think everyone mainly is paid bi-weekly, so we're going to use this as our example. So you'll be left with $1,290. Now fixed expenses, let's see, some people have rent or mortgage, electric or electricity, and we'll do phone. We'll just use those three. And then variables, that would be gas, groceries, and we'll do a miscellaneous for like household spending or something like that. These will be broken down into 2 payments. So you actually should have put pay check number 1, pay check number 2. Okay, so let's say rent, what is the amount of, I'm gonna just put for fun $1,200 a month, right? Bi-weekly, that would be 600. So one check you're gonna do 600, and the one check you're going to do 600. You're going to basically break it down into 2 payments. Electricity will do 100. So paycheck 1, you're going to put aside $50, and on this one you're going to do $50. And phone bill, we'll do it as 80. And I'm just making up these amounts. So one check you're going to put it $40, and then the other second paycheck you're going to do $40. And this is of course to alleviate the pain of taking it all out at one time. This will give you wiggle room to save. So on each check for your fixed expenses, we're going to do 600 plus 40 plus 50. Let's do that again. 600 plus 40 plus 50 is $690 each paycheck to cover your expenses. So 1,200 plus 100 plus 80 monthly expenses are coming out to be $1,380. Ew. But that's how much all her expenses will come out for fixed. Now for variables, for gas, I'm gonna just do 50. Groceries we'll do 200. Miscellaneous we'll probably do 50. So paycheck number 1 and paycheck number 2. So gas is 50, so she's gonna do 25 and 25. She's gonna break that down between her 2 checks. This one she's gonna put 100 here and 100 on this one, and then miscellaneous is 50, so she'll do 25 and 25. So each paycheck on this one, she'll do 25 plus 100 plus 25, and that'll be 150 toward her variables every month. So this one is 150 times 2 monthly. This part is 300. So each check overall, 690 plus 150 is 840, right? Between these two. So $840. So now what we want to do, remaining amount of budget, we're going to take out the expenses now. So we're going to do 1,290, take away 840 is $450. Now I know that looks crazy, right? Because she's taking out the $840 for all of her expenses on one paycheck. This is on one paycheck, not for the month. Because she did, again, we're doing for someone that's bi-weekly. With how that looks, because we're saying like, okay, she only had 1,290 to put toward, you know, her expenses. But there, even with these amounts, and she would still have $450 to put toward her savings account. So it's not impossible to save. Now with me, I would take this and divide it among my sinking funds, or you can just you know, allocate these amounts how you see fit. If you want to put the full 450 in your savings for the next month, that's fine. But you can also break these down into different categories, and sinking funds would usually be like Christmas, birthdays. You can still divide it, you know, however you want to, but she, at the end of the day, she still has $450 left over from her paycheck. So that's how much she is able to save. So if you like to see more paycheck breakdowns, or even a savings goal breakdown, I did one before in a prior last week, and I did this one for this week because someone asked me to do one for paycheck. That's how you would do that. So it ain't impossible. That's all for now, guys. On to the next one. Bye.